Welcome back to the world of Tapir. The story thus
Hello.
far is that the False Sun crew had made their way into Cogston and got stuck in a time loop. They're currently on their third cycle where they have learned quite a few things, such as potential origins for the creature that destroys the town, the person who most likely has some kind of connection to it, and they went into the house of Ezekiel after discussing with another visitor to Cogston named Miranda, who pointed them in that direction. Though she didn't find anything, Raja and Corvus had discovered that there was a sub-basement, a sub-lab.
There's an elevator hidden underneath the elevator.
Indeed, and that's why Miranda was unable to find it. Because
you have to have more than one person.
Well, it's more likely to happen with more than one person.
And who's just gonna go into an elevator, press the button, and leave?
Yeah.
I have done that before.
Exactly.
Why?
So
I'm an asshole.
In the sub-basement,
I bet you're one of the people that pushes all the buttons too.
in the sub-basement, Corvus and Raja had discovered four thick tubes or jars filled with a brackish green fluid, and inside there were the silhouettes of small reptilian creatures that had spikes, as well as red scales and blue scales speckled all over them. However, there was also a slot for a fifth jar, which was empty.
Hold on. You know what brackish means, right?
Yeah, hard to see.
Nope.
What?
No, brackish just means that the water's a bit salty.
Doesn't it mean mixed salt and fresh?
Wait,
Yeah, that's why it's a bit salty.
Shit, what's the
It's like when river water and
Murky.
seawater meet.
You're thinking of murky.
I know.
You're thinking of murky.
No, it's a synonym. What's the synonym for murky then?
Cinnamon?
What's this?
What's the synonym of murky?
Cloudy?
I guess, but
Milky? There's a
Hold
few of
on.
them. Silty?
what does
Like filled with silt?
what does clag?
Lowering?
Huh?
Lowering?
All right. Oh well. You know what? Okay, murky. I'll go with murky. I always thought that
Murky's
brackish.
probably the best one.
I always thought brackish
Yeah.
meant like it was hard to see through.
I mean, it often is, but that's because of it's like seawater mixed with fresh water, so the temperatures and then the water.
Yeah.
And it's got all the sediment floating around in it as it's like clashing against like rocks and shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. You can understand why I thought brackish meant something else. God, between this and duvet, I am not doing good.
Didn't you think duvet was like furniture?
Yeah, I was getting it confused with an armoire.
You called it a
Very
duvet, then we were like, no, wait. And then I was like, no, that's a blanket. And you're like, all right, bidet. And so that's a toilet.
No, I said bidet first. And you're like, oh, that's a
You
toilet.
said bidet, and it's like,
Yeah, and then you were like, I'm gonna investigate the toilet. I was like, what toilet?
And then you said duvet, and I was like, that's a kind of blanket.
Yeah.
Really, it's a cover that goes over a certain kind of blanket.
Brought to you by the Public Education System of Texas. Anywho.
I miss tax. Stars sucked.
Yeah. Text test sucked as well, but not as much.
I mean, to be fair, when it was time for the writing tax, I had to stay at school until 7:30.
Oh god. All right, back to the game.
Opposition.
Back to the game. So you had just Katya Sushi, Levere, and Katya have just been informed by Reja and Corvus that there was an elevator under the elevator.
Neat.
And that there was a sub-lab.
But can they send us the elevator back? Because
You're in the
at
elevator.
the moment.
You're in the elevator at the upper floor. The bookcase just swung open after you pressed the button.
Yeah, but if we're in the elevator at the upper floor, then and they've gone to the sub basement, that means the elevator would have had to go down for both elevators.
No, what it was, we just left the elevator.
Yeah. You need you can call the elevator back up.
Yeah. Levere just goes
Yeah.
over and enters the code again.
Well, the thing's still open. You just have to press the button.
All right, I press the button and summon the elevator.
All right, with the it comes back up and reaches the top.
Jeez, man, Zeke really needs to oil this thing. Head
That's a job
into.
Get
for
in.
not me. Let's go in.
Yep, head into the elevator. Come on, Sushi.
All right.
Yes, I'm in the elevator.
You'll go in the elevator and go all the way down, and it stops in the first basement.
Great. Press the up button and then get out.
All right. There's like a there's like a second or two before it actually goes up, giving you plenty of time to exit. But the second elevator comes right up, and it looks just like the first elevator.
And then we go.
And going down, you join Corvus and Reja in the sub basement, a darker room about the size of the first basement that has a forge with coals that are still burning hot. The colors seem to be cycling through, almost like an RGB keyboard set on the demo lighting. There is a desk with papers that have several scribbles. The floor is littered with crumpled up paper, torn paper. There's a barrel in the corner. The walls are of brick, and the floor has smooth stone tiles. And you see the four jars in the wall, in some kind of device built into the wall, as well as the empty slot for the fifth.
So, out of character, because you've already told us about the secret safe, you said you moved it, correct?
I did move it.
It is no longer in the barrel.
No. I realized it didn't really fit with the barrel, fit hidden in the barrel. But you can still investigate the barrel.
I would like to look inside the barrel.
Alright. Inside, there seem to be almost what looks like tool heads, pickaxe heads, sledgehammer heads, though they're made of a weird kind of glass that's got cracks. And you see that there's also a powder at the bottom of the barrel that is the same kind of tint as the glass. It has the same properties as the glass, though, in powdered form.
Interesting. Levere's gonna pick up one of the hammerheads.
Yeah. It's sort of like it's warped, and it didn't seem to solidify right. There's like parts where the glass was like still dripping when it hardened. There's cracks and several imperfections and bubbles you can see. And
I see what happened here.
and there's a and as you
He
hold
let the tool heads cool down too fast. You're supposed to let them cool down in an off furnace. One of the guys on my crew used to be a glass worker.
You're a glass worker.
Not. I just know tips and tricks that he gave me.
That's neat.
He probably just left them out on a metal sheet to cool.
Hmm.
Or worse, in their molds. If these are molded. I can't tell if they're molded or formed.
You're okay. Let's see.
Incorrect. I'm in fact a fungus.
I collect spores and fungus.
Katya wants to examine the papers.
all right. Roll an investigation. See what you can gather from them.
Alright, Captain.
Yes. Investigate instead of me, because I have a -1 modifier.
18 plus 5, 23.
Well, maybe you should stop investigating.
All right. 23. You said.
Yep.
Oh.
It details various iterations of schematics and other devices. Apparently, the one built in the wall, from what you can gather, is some sort of like incubator of sorts. Though the version that you see in the wall has variations from the kind. It's as though he built multiple variations until he found one that you cannot find the schematics for, which is the one that is
we are
currently in the
fighting
wall.
lizard.
Yeah. But at least that gives us, like, a starting point, even if it's not the exact same.
How does the lizard look while in this room, by the way?
Not good. He's like, you pull the lizard out and he's like bobbing his head, his tongue sticking out.
He's dry heaving.
You should give him some food.
I don't think he'll keep anything down when he's in here.
Yeah, but we have
Remember.
dragon blood, right?
Yeah.
That's what that is. I think. Maybe.
Well, do remember, legend says there's only one Tarask, and we've kind of deduced that this guy's a baby one.
Right. But surely
What's
he
y'all's
would
passive
like to eat
perception,
dragon.
everyone?
Passive perception, I have a passive of 17.
My passive perception is 14.
Mine is 28.
All right.
Jesus
Christ,
Christ.
my 180 feet of dark vision almost never comes up.
Raja, seeing the lizard.
Katya's is 19.
Okay, Raja, seeing the
Nothing
lizard.
gets past Raja. Jesus.
Seeing the lizard in the same room as those things in the jars, you can definitely tell, with the exception of the red and blue speckled scales, they look the exact same.
Hmm.
The ones in the jars have the red and blue speckled scales, but the lizard is just pure, like, orange. But the shape is the exact same.
Well, they look like they're the same about. Different color, maybe. Those poor little babies. In the jars.
Perhaps the colors indicates what what these were mixed with. We are dealing with hybrids.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Oh, right. You mentioned a vermilion earlier. And that name was Sushi barely remembers it. Tell me, what was the name? What was the name of your smuggler uncle?
Was that the right one? Because I thought it was.
No,
I don't know.
missing
It's
there.
just a hunch. It's just a hunch
No,
I have.
your uncle smuggler is named Alfie Tall. Or Uncle
Alfie tool.
Alfie. AUFEETA apostrophe AL.
Because he's an elf.
Alfie
Yeah.
Tall.
I think there's an apostrophe in his first name too.
Huh.
But I'd have to look it up.
Anyway, Vermilion's not a great person.
Ooh.
Different
Okay,
guy,
okay.
but
I'm gonna.
bad
You
person.
said there's a desk down here, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna look in the desk.
Alright. Roll investigation.
Come on, good roll, please, please. That's a 4.
Oh.
I'm using. Hold on.
This is why we don't give
I'm out of
the
luckies.
bimbo
You're out of luckies?
captain.
Alright.
Nah, I'm having no luck.
As-
Sushi, can you look in here?
As you try to get the drawer open, you accidentally knock over a bottle of ink, which spills all over papers that were on the desk and drips down onto the floor.
I'll try to look. I have some investigation.
Alright, roll investigation.
See, solid 11.
11.
Not terrible.
You find several papers that have been
No, I'm looking inside the desk, not on the desk.
yeah, opening the drawer, you find several writing utensils, ink, quills. You pull out the bottom and find a full-on typewriter.
I don't think Sushi knows how to use a quill.
Were you taught how to
takes
use
a
a
bit of work.
typewriter?
No.
You know how to use a brush, though.
Yeah. Use a calligraphy brush.
Yeah.
It's not too different from a quill. Quills are just finer.
You gotta, like, cut them, though. In, like, 3 places.
Yeah, you cut an angle, you cut a flat, and you cut a slit down the flat.
Well, we have Corvus here if we need more quills.
No, that wouldn't work. They have to be dry. They have to be aged and dry.
Well, we just need to, like, we need to start plucking her every once in a while and putting them in sand.
I'm sure
Not
she that
sand.
I'm
My
sure that she
feathers are
preens.
literally like hair.
Yes.
Well, it has to be the big feathers, and if we're right or left-handed, it depends on which wing we would take from.
I think they usually use tail feathers, actually.
I thought they used the first pinion feather of a goose. Oh, we could take it from the goose!
I don't think the goose will let you take it.
Your funeral, which
I'm not even sure the goose has feathered wings. I'm pretty sure its wings are draconic.
No, it does.
Are the wings draconic?
No,
or are the wings feathered?
The wings are feathered. The only draconic indication are spines running down its head and neck.
Look, let's just be glad it is just a dragon goose and not Megusa.
Would definitely want to use them for certain.
Excuse you? Medusa's not a character in D&D. It would be a gorgoose.
Actually, technically speaking, Medusa is the name.
Gorgooskin.
Technically speaking, in D&D, the Medusa is the name of the monster, and a gorgon is a bull that can turn you into stone. It's
Right,
really
right.
dumb.
It's really dumb.
It's really
It
dumb.
depends on the edition. Anyway, not
All right.
important.
Anyone else gonna investigate things?
Look, we're not a smart party.
Huh.
You should not be giving us investigation missions as often as we're getting.
Rachel, what's your investigation modifier?
Plus, investigation plus 2.
All right.
Take
have
it
a look
this
around,
way.
see if you can find anything that's hidden away.
Your characters in my game are smarter than the characters in this one. Than our characters in this one.
Oh, that doesn't bode well.
It doesn't. But it is also kind of true.
Half of our party doesn't even have a brain.
No. You have
Katya has
half
a
a
plus
brain
5
cell
for
each, and you
investigation.
multiply them together.
Well,
Half times half is a quarter.
Kate doesn't have a brain, and neither does Alice.
Katya has a brain. Unfortunately, I, the player, do not.
That's fair. Alright, so what are y'all investigating?
I'm gonna check all the walls.
Yeah,
and
look for
see
loose
if there's
stones.
anything that looks suspicious.
Yeah. Katya's gonna join Raja in checking the walls out.
Alright, 2 people checking the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Would y'all like to roll separately, or one of you roll with advantage?
Other way.
Yeah, let's do one with advantage.
Okay. I'll give you advantage.
Oh, okay.
Do you have the highest investigation in the group?
It's plus 5.
Oh,
So-
jeez.
All right,
Yeah.
now roll again,
17,
and let's see.
15
By the
plus
way,
5, 20. So second roll's
okay.
better.
Alright.
Yeah?
Okay. If you right-click on the roll button, you'll get the option to roll with advantage.
Ah, okay. Thanks.
Alright, so, as you're checking the walls, you don't find anything near the elevator or by the forge, but by the desk, as you're like checking the bricks under the desk, you don't find anything there, but you do find on the floor with that 20, where the ink spilled, it seems to be like going into the crack of one like the corner of one tile in particular, that like going into the crack, as though there's not like really good caulk.
Grout.
Yeah, grout
Okay.
on that tile.
No, caulk is silicon or
Yeah.
silicone.
She's Katya's gonna try to wiggle the stone loose.
Nice.
It's loose.
Cock.
You lift it
Yeah.
up, and there is a lockbox underneath. The lockbox is made out of some kind of bronze alloy with 6 different points of interest. It has on the top there is a 4-digit number combination. There is a dial with numbers as well, like a school locker kind of dial lock. There is a padlock that has a lock requiring a key. On the front there is a single keyhole, and on the side there is a single octave of piano keys and and 4 stones that are curved and arranged in a circle, with one being red, one being blue, one being green, and one being yellow. And finally, where the actual drawer of the lockbox is a plastic indented handle.
Well, this
hold
thing
on, let me-
has a lot of locks.
Let me see it. I'm good with locks.
Take a crack at it. She hands it over.
The box itself is about
Is that a game of Simon?
Yes.
the lock itself is
The box.
10 by 13 inches in dimensions, and about 4 inches in depth, or I guess height.
Depth is usually the one that's the short side.
Okay.
Looks
He looks over it, turns it around in his hands a few times.
I'm gonna poke it.
What part do you poke?
Red gemstone.
Beep. It lights up, and then all 4 of those gemstones light up for a moment, and then go back dark.
I think I clicked the wrong one.
Probably. I have an idea. You
Yes.
see, when you make a living opening pirates' chests and such, you tend to find weak points in their chest. Levere takes out a dagger
Yeah?
and slides it under into the handle
Alright.
and pops it out.
Roll sleight of hand.
That's a 21.
Oh yeah, with it comes off with ease, and there's a hole big enough for you to stick your hand into.
All right. Levere sticks his hand inside.
Look, I love the lock-picking lawyer, and that's my favorite episode. It was a gun safe.
It was a gun safe with the handle hole big enough to pull out a full-sized handgun.
Yeah. Like what was it, a deagle?
Yeah. You really should. Really, when you're using a handle on a lockbox, you should be like part of the front instead of an extra part made of plastic, which is malleable.
Alright.
All right, I reach in, and what do I find?
Feeling in, what you feel is a small. You feel some leather, some paper, what feels like a metal button, like a clasp, not like a button to press, but like a clasp kind of button.
All right, I'll just start pulling stuff out.
All right, it's a leather bound book with a button clasp on it. You gotta bend it slightly to actually get it through the hole, but it's comes out easily enough.
All right, free book. Open it up, look inside.
All right. Inside, you find it's a combination of notes as well as logs written down. It's only science if you write stuff down. It details how he has obtained certain ingredients which would allow him to create the perfect creature at the behest of an unnamed individual who is willing to fund his interests in exchange for being able to utilize it in the future. Flipping through the pages, you find that there is a schematic for a vat with 3 points of interest in it, a massive tank with 2 receptacles, or 3 receptacles, as well as a series of wires and pipes connected to some other device. Flipping through more, you find schematics for what he has labeled as a divination receiver. And it appears to be made out of. It details how the head of a lance, the upper portion of a lance, was found that seems to be able to channel divination magic, provided to him by his benefactor, as well as what was found in the mines a few years back. which is an icosahedron that is described as being amethyst in material and has some sort of force field preventing it from being able to be touched outside of like about the size of a softball. And it details ways to combine the two in order to channel the divination magic, in order to control the flow of time in a localized area, which is then used to accelerate the growth of the creature once he gets a viable specimen. And flipping all the way to right before the pages start getting blank, it details how he's had failure after failure, and he's starting to run low on the rarest material, the genetic sample. However, finally, at the bottom, it says, Subject 5 of Batch 7 is viable.
Oh shit.
Well, we know that Zeke's behind the thing that destroys the town.
Oh, one more detail that slipped my mind. Flipping back to the head of the lance, you find a word that is written in precursor, written on the side. Just a simple word, only a few letters. It says oath right before the part where the lance was broken.
I see.
Precursor.
This is problematic.
It is very much a problem, but
Big
we
problem
know.
indeed.
Well, now we know that the thing that destroys the town is some sort of genetic freak of a Tarask and two different kinds of dragon. Fire and lightning. Which explains the beam.
That's going to be difficult to face. And we've got the source
Do
of...
we have to face it?
If we get into the mines early enough, we might be able to stop Zeke from waking it up.
Oh shit, we could probably catch up with him, right? If we...
I mean, not right now. It's too late now. We're gonna die.
No, not
but
on this. Oh, no, certainly. I mean next time.
yeah, if we book it straight for the mines, we might be able to.
And
We should
ignore
also-
the sheriff.
Even
and
if we
just
stop
kinda...
the creature, the device that's creating this time loop is still active.
Well, all we need is the blood.
We need the blood, but also there's a trial dungeon in down there.
Yeah. We can get your gemstone. Doesn't the book say where it is?
It
flip through
detailed-
it. Is there anything in there about about some sort of magical
Didn't it
place?
say about the crystal?
Yeah, the icosahedron.
Isn't that...
Amethyst
that the
icosahedron.
That
Right, there's
that
a-
has divination magic.
Yeah,
And,
that's the thing, right?
right, and the gem on my bracer that blinks every now and then is purple, right?
Yes.
Alright, looks like I need that icosahedron.
The book details that effectively it was combined with the head of the lance to create a scepter, basically, to channel the divination magic in order to accelerate the growth of the pseudo-Tarask.
The thing is, you might not have to actually do the trial.
Nah, I think it's sort of like with the cultists that took up camp in my dungeon.
I mean, all that really matters is, like, doesn't the thing just pop when you get close enough?
like stick my hand into a flame usually.
That sounds unpleasant.
Nah, it's fine. It's magic.
Okay, the point being is he can get us to the stuff that you need. If we catch up with
Yes.
him.
Yes.
And so all of this time loop stuff is not the important part. It's later.
The important thing is we need to get the blood. We need to get my dungeon.
Well,
And
good
ideally,
blood.
I'd like to get Melissa out of here. Is Melissa her name? I can't
Miranda.
remember.
Miranda.
Yeah, we're definitely not leaving Miranda behind.
Right,
Nope.
I think Melissa's the name of her husband.
No.
No.
There is no Melissa. Who's Melissa?
I don't know. M names.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, we've
What
spent
else do
enough
we
time
need to
down
do
here.
on
Let's
this
go.
round?
On this run,
Because we're gonna
Not really
die,
sure.
so we should try to do more investigation. We should definitely. We haven't tried the lock yet this time, right? Or did we?
I think we might
I don't
have.
think so.
No, you didn't. Y'all thought about it, but didn't.
So we should try the lock.
Yeah.
We should. I guess
Numpad in the
get
clock
more
tower.
information. We
Yeah,
could probably talk to what's her face some more. See what else she remembers. See if we can see what happens when the little girl doesn't die. Since we fix the thing.
Speaking of, Levere takes out his pocket watch.
Alright. With all the investigations and stuff, it's around like 9:15 or so of all the time you've spent here.
AM or PM?
AM.
Damn. It's still early.
Yeah, y'all went to the wood carver, y'all freed Miranda, then went to the wood carver, then met back with Miranda then spoke to the young Chardonnay, and then came straight here.
Right. What else can we investigate before we die? Reja, you got any ideas?
I'm not really sure.
We can see if there are any. We can see if those cute mice are around this time.
You spoke to them outside the wood carver.
No.
Okay, I think we're done here. So let's head back up top, get out of here, and I don't know, guess explore the town a bit. There's probably a bus to go into the mines already, so
Explore the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Can Katya roll something to see if there's anything else we're missing in the room or if we're done?
sure, you can roll.
Yeah, but I'm like, which roll would that be?
Investigation.
Okay. Ouch. 8.
Ooh.
Well, at least the other 2 rolls were good. Those were more important.
Yeah, you, as you're looking through, you accidentally, like, drop a paper and it falls into the furnace and burns up.
It's fine.
Or the forge.
What happened? What? Burned?
Oh,
A random...
Katya dropped a paper into the forge, trying to look for
Oh,
more
we're
stuff.
burning stuff. Okay.
I mean, you can if you want.
Sushi's just gonna
advise
start
against
piling
it.
things into the fireplace.
Why?
Okay. Is anyone gonna stop her?
And
What
We
she
might-
kind of, we got what was really important, and Levere holds up the book.
All
I
right.
mean, we're
Put the
assuming
glass
that's the only thing that
tubes.
was really important.
All right.
Put the presumably dead failed baby Tarasques in.
Wait, you're
No.
I would don't
Nope.
touch those.
Raja's stopping Sushi from that.
All
Don't
right.
touch those.
No.
Why not?
What if you wake
Probably
them up?
dead.
So rude.
The notebook
Well, I
did
want to
say
play with the thing.
the notebook did say that those were unviable. Only number 5 was viable.
Yeah,
Well,
that
then I'm
doesn't mean
just
that
gonna.
Rude.
that doesn't mean they can't still harm us.
Well, fine. Sushi's just
Do you
gonna
have no
follow
respect
everyone
for the dead?
while playing with the Simon controls.
Oh.
Yeah, throw
it
you in
keeps-
the fire.
After like
Rat.
5 minutes of playing with the Simon, you do find out the code was it was blue, red, green, green, yellow.
Nice.
And,
Ah.
and that is just one lock out of 6.
I assume we've left by the time Sushi's done playing with it.
Yeah, you just toss it as y'all are exiting the door and sneaking back into the streets. Alright, so where do y'all want to go?
Stealthy stuff.
Y'all are in North Cogston, I believe.
We can murder people this time. That's always fun.
No,
How
Sushi.
would we do that?
Why not? They'll just come
Because
back
it's
next
still
time.
Murder? And what if it sticks once we break the loop? Don't kill anybody.
Well, if it sticks once we break the loop, then the little girl's been dead this whole time.
That's why we gotta save her first.
Also, what if the change
And
is
I
already
was dead
made?
this whole time.
Your familiar like crawls onto your nose and says, "And what if the change is already made to this version causes it to causes the end to not happen?"
I boop its nose.
It's
Listen, I just-
slime.
Killing people.
There's a very real chance that once we get out of here, we're altering the course of history in a slight way.
I'm gonna start playing with my familiar like a stress toy.
It's more like Gak.
Stretchy stretch.
It's like if Gak had the color of oil.
I never got to have Gak.
I
Me neither.
I
My
was a
parents
Floam
didn't let me
kid.
have slime. My
Oh,
parents didn't let me have slime
Bloom.
toys. They were worried about me getting it on the.
Honestly, that's fair.
Gnome.
I'm not interested in that.
I
I'm
was
gonna play with him like
I was
Play-Doh.
barely even allowed to have silly putty.
silly putty is the word I was looking for. You
Yeah.
stretch it.
all right. You're just
We were allowed to get. Okay, this is a bit of a tangent, but when I was in like middle school for social, my brother and I, because we had the same class, we had the same social studies class.
Mm-hmm.
We were learning about the Alamo. So my brother and I, we were tasked with making something related to it. So my brother and I made a scale model of the Alamo made out of cardboard and Play-Doh.
nice.
We went to the store, we got a whole bunch of different kinds of Play-Doh, and I just mushed them up into one, like, grayish green blob, and we used that as adhesive.
Nice. All right. So, what are y'all? Where are y'all going?
I wonder if I could steal messages by pressing my familiar's tummy on them and like pulling it up like
These
It
black...
does-
honey.
It doesn't work because he's
'Cause he's black.
yeah, he's like oil. He's got that
This
rainbow.
will never work.
He's got that rainbow shimmer in the light.
This will never work. Not because you're a rat, but because you're
No,
black.
no. Ghost Stories is hilarious, but that's a reference that we're not gonna make. I fucking love Ghost
Fair
Stories,
enough.
but that's a little too far. At least for the channel. Everyone go watch Ghost Stories after you finish watching this. Watch the
Or at
compilation.
least watch the clip
Yeah,
compilations.
there's tons of compilations. It is the best dub ever.
They just
The
did
actual
whatever they
version of the
wanted.
anime was actually pretty popular in Japan.
Yeah, and
And then when it got dubbed in English,
nobody
they,
gave a shit.
They made their own.
It's basically an abridged series.
It's an official abridged series.
It's an official abridged
Amazing.
series. Just move the board mover. So where y'all going?
I don't know. Where's good to go? Where's good to
I don't
find
know.
clues?
Let me look at
Because
the
we
map.
should still probably also figure
We should
out...
find Miranda and tell her about what we found.
Oh, are y'all taking the journal with y'all
I
or
don't
leaving
remember.
it in the house?
Oh yeah, Levere's keeping it in his bag.
Alright.
It's not like it's gonna stay there, but for now. Where's the map? It's in notes.
It's in notes.
Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Too far.
Should be in notes.
Not in notes. I
Oh.
think he might have put it in gameplay.
Maybe. I'll go ahead and put it in notes.
Scroll, 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 scroll.
You're currently in
scroll,
North
scroll, scroll.
Cogston. Not the
We're in
Cogston
North? I thought we were...
Not the Cogston Fields.
We're in this neighborhood next to the fields. The north
Yes.
Which of these houses
North-
is Zeke's?
West, right?
I can.
Is his the trap? Is his the Pentagon?
I bet it's the Pentagon.
Zeke's house
Or that
is.
weird little L-shaped one.
I'll post it in gameplay. Which one's Zeke's?
Not the
Okay.
Pentagon.
I mean, it is technically also a Pentagon, but yeah.
It's not as cool. What's the Pentagon? We're gonna look at the Pentagon.
All right.
Yeah, what's the pentagonal? The lone pentagonal building.
That is the wood carver, actually.
Oh.
The giant the stone giant wood carver.
Thought his house was more out in the field.
Well, no, it's right at the edge.
It
Okay.
is basically right at the edge of the field.
Yeah. Some people, depending on who you ask, it's in the fields.
But not on the official maps like these other 5 buildings.
Yeah, this is the district map.
What are these 5 buildings?
Oh, those are
The ones that are in the field.
Oh, those are for the storing the mining the stuff that comes out of the mine. Where
That
it,
one in the
warehouses.
corner is the actual mine, right?
yeah, that's
And
the one.
this-
That's the mine. Mine entrance at the which is the northmost structure. The other buildings are for storing the mines, because in the fields the terrain is too rocky for the main modes of transportation in the city. So they just bring it. The cart dogs bring it from the mines to the warehouses drop off, where people then come pick it up and bring it into the city to be forged and exported.
And the octagon is
The tent.
The tent.
Yeah, the circus, as well as the surrounding buildings, being like the trailers or the.
Did we ever
Characters.
figure out what these big clusters of buildings were in the warehouse district?
warehouses.
It's warehouses.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like
Right.
if this was in a video game, I'd be the kind of asshole who'd be like, "All right," and then start breaking into every person's house just to see who lives there.
Did Miranda say where she was going when we went to Zeke's?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
You can message her if you'll have message or sending or whatever it is.
Anybody have sending? Does anybody have sending? I look at the magic users.
I have like
Let
2
me check.
spells.
Did Corvus, did you say something? You kind of cut out.
I have 6 spells. I do not have something. I do have comprehend languages though.
I said
Is
I
that
was
useful?
checking. I said I was checking.
Adam?
Like I think I might have it right now, but I haven't changed my spells.
If it's on your list, then you
would
have
think
it.
Comprehend languages would have come up already.
Mm,
I have
Okay,
it,
well-
but not today.
Huh?
maybe not my active spells. Hold on. Wait.
Well,
The
well.
clerics can have sending, but whether or not they have it prepared is a different question.
I can't really think of anything else to
Wait, I
do
have
on
a
this
plan.
cycle.
You can
Wait a minute,
re-prepare
I have
it,
a
but it
perfect.
would take a while, and it would
Wait a
kinda
minute.
It
Wait a minute.
It would take 8 hours, which you do have the time.
Hold up. I actually do have it ready.
Oh shit!
Ask me.
Oh,
Ask me
Hey.
away. Ask me away.
all right. Send a message to Miranda telling her that we found a secret sub basement in Zeke's house, and he's probably behind the creature that destroys the town.
Got it. Messaging her right now.
Sending her.
Miranda. Yeah, sending her. Yeah.
Remember, you only have 25 words to work with.
Oh, don't worry. Easy. Miranda, we found sublab underneath elevator. I basically waved my hand over like he was like, what was the other part? Trying to like summarize this.
Oh, he's and Zeke's probably behind the creature that destroys the town.
And Zeke is probably the cause for the town's. There. Send
Zeke
it.
is behind the monster.
You get all the way to Zeke is behind the, and then it cuts off because asking what was the other part is caught in.
No, that wasn't like no, that was a hand gesture, like a like you know like circling an open palm in the air, like fingers spread.
Oh, okay. I thought Corvus was actually saying that, which would be
No, it was a hand gesture. Like
Yeah.
what else?
Because the way I roll it is the verbal components are the actual message itself. So anything you say in the message while using the message gets caught on it.
The is caught.
Yeah, the it was caught. Okay. Doesn't take long to for her to reply. She says, "Sublab. All right. Let's meet at the Sunrise Delights." And that's the end of the message.
Sunrise Delights. That was the bakery, right?
Yes.
All right, we're going to the bakery then.
All right.
I wouldn't mind.
Are y'all
Wouldn't
riding?
mind getting an owlbear claw.
Are y'all riding the carriage or walking there?
Levier's gonna look at his watch.
It's only like it's only like 9:20. It was like only 5 minutes since you last checked.
We should be good to ride the omnibus. Earthquake doesn't happen for another like 3 or so hours, like 2.5 hours.
All right. So it takes you about 5 minutes to get there. The omnibus driver's like, Sunrise Delights? I mean to stop by there myself, grab a couple owlbear claws.
If they're in stock.
Well, they usually are, at least until around 10. That's when the person picking up for the carpenters comes.
Hmm.
And get all the owlbear claws. Now, at least during the holidays when they're working like crazy.
Gotta get all the work in before the snow gets too heavy.
Yep, and also kind of finish the stage and fireworks displays before midnight.
You'd think they just have those like ready built in in a warehouse or something.
Well, they're kind of big, and it takes a lot of like.
Prefab.
Yes, yeah. The bulk of it is built. They just have to put it together, but because it's just so much, and you got to be very particular with the fireworks. You don't want them to go off early. But it's just a lot of stuff. The parts are definitely stored in the warehouse. But yeah, that's why they usually build it the day before rather than like a week in advance, because the weathering can mess it up.
Nod.
Yeah. Eventually, you do pull into Sunrise Delights. Pull up to, not pull into. It doesn't have a drive-through yet. You can see Miranda is sitting at a table inside and enjoying an eclair.
All right. Let's get in. I want an owlbear claw.
All right. As you walk in, the smell of food, fresh baked goods, is amazing. Although you can see the kobold is currently furiously using both hands to mix two different bowls of batter. As the bell rings, she says, "Oh, I'll be with you in just a moment."
No problem.
She pours them both into. After a couple moments, she pours both of them into different cake pans and puts them in the oven to bake, and wipes off her hands and goes to the counter, stepping on a step stool to get visible. Says, "Hi there. Welcome to the Sunrise Lights. How can I help you?"
I was told that you have owlbear claws. I'd like one.
Oh, sure. How many?
Just the one. Do you want anything?
Ooh, yes, I'd like one also, please.
All right, 2 owlbear claws.
I want.
Sushi? What do you want?
I'll just take whatever you have, because
A dozen assorted donuts?
yes,
I'd
I will
like a
take
jelly
that.
donut.
All right.
I'll take a dozen assorted donuts.
All right. Are y'all all paying together or separately, or what's y'all's kind
what's
of
the
deal?
total price? What's the total price point here?
If it's all together, about 21 copper.
I can do that. I can cover that.
Sadly, they have not invented the munchkin yet.
I can pay. I can pay.
All right. She starts packing it up. It's all warm, and in the cold winter air, you can see it like steaming.
2 owlbear claws and a dozen assorted donuts.
The owl bear claws look like regular bear claws, except with coconut towards the long part that kind of resembles owl bear feathers.
I'll hand
got-
over.
it's
I'll hand over 3 silver.
Oh, thank you kindly. She packs it up, throws in a couple bonus donut holes in, and serves it to you.
All right, and I'll take the bag over to Miranda's table.
Yeah, she licks the chocolate and custard off of her fingers and then prestidigitates her hands clean. Says, all right. So, what was this about, Sublab?
Right.
Sushi is going to start eating her bag of donuts.
Right. So you know how in his house there was that lab hidden in the elevator?
Yeah, the really squeaky elevator behind the bookshelf.
Yeah. Turns out, yeah, he really needs to oil it. Turns out, there was a second elevator underneath the first one.
What?
Yeah, a couple of the crew stayed down when we went back upstairs, and turns out there's another elevator. So there's a hidden lab underneath the lab.
All right, I can say I never thought about checking under the elevator.
Yeah, who would? Pretty good design on his part. I guess he just didn't take into account people staying behind.
Or maybe figured that if there was a group that... I don't know. I honestly cannot figure out what, I don't fucking know. So what'd you find there?
So he's behind the thing that destroys the town. This is all in hushed tones.
Yeah. Yeah, stage whispers.
So
Alright.
he was paid. He
Yeah.
was paid by an anonymous benefactor.
I would assume that's probably Vermilion.
Maybe, probably. An anonymous benefactor funded him for the creation of the, quote, perfect creature.
And that's the thing that,
That's the thing that destroys the town.
Alright.
It took him 7 batches. So he was starting to run out of funding. But specimen 5 of batch 7 was, quote, viable. And there is a missing tube in his little lab.
Which I'm guessing is probably in the mines, then?
Yeah, he must have taken it to the mines. Because in the mines, he has some sort of divination scepter made out of... I can only assume the head of a lance that was once wielded by an angel during... What was the name of the event?
The incursion?
Yeah, an angel from the incursion, or maybe even further back. It was in there's a word on it written in an ancient language. Select few can read.
Alright, like how far back? Like first era? Second era?
Pre-first era.
Is there anything pre-first era? I mean, that's like when
we tend to
everything
call-
started.
I've been tending to call them precursors.
When was this? When did that happen? When is that like a... I don't know.
It's a language so old and forgotten that comprehend languages can't read it.
Oh, that does sound old.
Trust me, we've tried. But Levere holds up his arm and shows off this lets me read it.
Alright. So you got trinkets from ancient civilization, and you think that this is either an angel's weapon or from the...
Oh, it is most
civilization?
definitely an angel's weapon.
Alright.
Divination magic from a lance. It's got to be an angel's weapon.
Alright. So... And what... So...
Wait, hold on. I am remembering our previous special guest used a lance. Was that lance missing the point?
Which...
In the desert.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. I guess angels just like lances.
Yeah, no, I did actually forget about that.
So,
Kishi, that's who it was.
Ishi. Yeah.
No, Kishi's had it was a full spear.
Right, it was a spear, not a lance.
Yeah. I mean, they're very similar.
There's a bit of a difference. So, I'm shaky. I haven't really eaten a lot today. I've been asleep most of the day.
Actually, I think this would be a spear.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a long stick with a point.
So, he also found down there an amethyst icosahedron, which I need. That has a bit of a force field around it that makes nobody able to touch it. But somehow he's attached it to this divine point, and basically using it to accelerate the growth of the specimen.
How?
I don't know. He wrote it down in the notes, but it's all science mumbo jumbo.
Can I take a look?
Yeah, I'll hand over I'll hand over the journal.
All right. My husband
Have
is
you
my husband works with magic stuff, so maybe I can figure this stuff out. She
When you get to a page about the lance and you see a weird blocky text on the side, that it says oath.
Interesting. All right. All right.
There it is.
Okay, so it means it said okay. All right, then it's that crystal you're talking about that has a lot of divination magic, and the spear seems to be able to channel it. Divination isn't like divinity. It's not like they sound same, but they're different. Divination is like seeing in the future stuff. Divine is like the gods and stuff.
Ah, right. Still, considering the precursor, it's old.
Yeah. So it seems that he's using it to channel basically time magic in a localized area in this she flips the page into this vat for the specimen to make it grow fast.
I see.
You know what that means? You know what I'm thinking?
If we get down there before he can do it, we can save the town.
That too. And also, messing with time in a local area?
Sounds like what's going on here in Cogston.
Probably the source.
Could be.
If we get down there, get the, get down there, get this, device, break it, probably, maybe not. Maybe that's what causes it. I don't know. But yeah,
I get what you're getting at.
Yeah. We definitely need to figure out a way to deactivate it. I don't think we can get there. What time is it right now?
It's
9:25 to 9:30. It's only been like 5 to 10 minutes since you arrived at the delights.
I don't think we'll have time to stop him, but
Yeah, the sheriff's gonna get caught in like half an hour, and even if we do we won't even be able to get into the mines that deep into the mines in order to stop him. And
Yeah,
then
I think we have to save the sheriff for next time too.
Yeah.
yeah, all right. So I guess formulate a plan.
Yep.
All right. Were y'all able to convince her that she is stuck in the time loop as
We haven't
like
brought it
everyone-
up.
Oh, okay.
We haven't brought it up this
Okay.
run.
All right. So, we should definitely formulate a plan, and then we'll do it next time in the next cycle. So just make sure that you set me free, and we'll do all that.
Yep.
Of course.
I guess we could spend the rest of the cycle trying to figure out the code.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
that would
good
be
idea to me.
that'd be good.
Yeah. You need to figure that thing out.
Yeah. What numbers have y'all tried?
Oh, I forgot to write down the ones we knew. It's got like, it's mostly 9s and 2s, isn't it?
Yeah, mostly 2s.
Yeah.
All right, the digits. We checked which digits are used, and it's 0, 1, 2, 7, 9. 2 being more repeated than the rest.
Alright, alright.
Oh man, I got hit with a sudden wave of sleepy.
Oh no, not the eep. Alright, alright. I'll go on my own, find, try to figure it out, and I'll let you know, next cycle. She, gets up,
All right.
and she starts heading out. The smell of cake starts to fill the bakery.
Ooh. I'm gonna go up to the counter.
Oh, hello? You want something else?
Oh no. Word of advice.
Yeah.
One of the members of my crew has a bit of divination magic. And kind of figured out that there's probably going to be an earthquake around noon, so you might want to keep anything you've got secure.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
All right. Okay. She pulls one of the there are two cake stands that are currently empty. One like in the center of the counter, one like closer to the edge. She pulls the one that's closer to the edge slightly closer to the center.
And if there's not, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I guess. I've only got about well, until this thing until these cakes finished, and I'm gonna be probably busy up until for the next hour and a half decorating them.
Understandable.
So if you want anything custom, just let me know now, and or else you'll have to wait until afternoon.
It should be fine.
All right. She goes back to preparing her icings supplies.
Great.
So, what do y'all do?
What do we do, crew?
Do we do with a drunken sailor? What do we do with a drunken sailor? Most of the crew is muted.
I see.
Yeah, sorry. I was just using my iPad.
What is that noise?
Yeah, I didn't want it to come through.
Alright, so what do y'all do?
Let's see, it's
I work
probably
on
about 10 or so now.
Yeah, we'll say it's around 10. The kobold starts pulling the cakes out of the oven now. Now that they've,
Right. Do y'all just want to go to the inn?
Sure.
Miranda's gonna be gonna be thinking up code stuff. Maybe around 3 or so we can send her a mess. We can cast sending and see if she's figured anything out.
Yeah.
Alright, so are y'all gonna do I guess a long rest at the inn?
Could do.
It'll let the clerics change their spells, or it'll let everyone prepare spells for the next cycle.
True.
Also, Reja, it would let you prepare your spells to do that thing that you spoke to me in private about wanting to do.
Dude, I don't remember what that was.
Oh, I'll send you a PM and
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while.
been a while. Remember now?
I don't know.
I think it was you, or was it TK that wanted to?
No, that's not a thing I can get.
Oh, I guess it was TK. It'll let TK do the thing
Oh.
that.
I don't. Hold on. Let me go through our DMs because I don't remember.
There's
Sorry.
a different thing I can do though.
Was it that? Someone came up to me with a really interesting idea. I don't remember who it was. They wanted to prepare a spell to cast close to midnight. In order to get some more information. As y'all go into the inn, you can see the little girl is currently in the inn with her dog sitting at one of the tables. She's currently feeding it scraps from her plate. Was it not or was it not Katya that wanted to? Okay, I don't know who wanted to do it, but someone wanted to do a thing that would that could, in theory, get more information at midnight.
Yeah.
Oh well.
That thing would be very useful.
Yeah.
Provide some
Hold on. Let
protection.
me look through my spells list and see what the heck is up.
That I
Or maybe
Don't
you
remember
want.
what-
Maybe you're gonna talk to Katya about trying to prepare to do the thing.
It's a thing that I know bards can get. It's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah. Anywho, the yeah, y'all pay for your room and head up to the thing. You do see that one more room is occupied this cycle than the first cycle or the last cycle. Seems safe to assume Miranda got a room
Yeah.
in the inn. But yeah, as y'all take y'all's long rest, this would be a good time to strategize.
Right. So.
I see.
We've got to figure out what to do.
I do have a question about a thing.
Yeah? What's up?
Would Greater Restoration be able to make someone remember things they've forgotten? Like maybe get Brenda to remember?
You can certainly try. It definitely works for things like modify memory, so you could try.
Where's the thing I'm looking for?
Alright. So, anything y'all want to do this long rest?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will prepare tiny hut and cast it just before.
Right. I said I had the idea of tiny hut.
Oh, it was you that... Okay. I knew someone did. I thought it was, I could not remember who it was. I knew someone had the idea, though.
That's one thing I miss about Baron. She had that spell.
It's a good spell.
It's a very good spell. It's useful.
Yeah. Alright. At around noon, the ground starts to shake. I'm assuming, did you all brace yourselves when you heard the bell, the clock tower's bell start tolling?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's a pretty bad earthquake. Yeah, you can see in the you have view of the town square from here, as well as the construction that was going on for the events at the solstice. You can see that one of the signs that had been, or one of the beams that had been erected up high has just fallen and has pinned one of the workers right at the torso.
Yeah.
You can see him gasping for air. Eventually.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Where
Where
are we?
You're in your room at the inn. You have a view
Okay.
of the town square, and you just saw the earthquake loosen a beam which crushed a worker. And you can see his...
Oh.
He finally stops gasping and goes limp.
I don't think there's anything we could have done for him.
I doubt it.
Mage can't lift his steel beam.
It's wood.
Oh.
Mage Hand can only lift up to 5 pounds, I believe.
Urja is sleeping.
Alright, you close the curtains to avoid the horrific sight and take a nap. But at least the girl is safe. The little girl downstairs.
The girl is safe and the cake is safe, and that's what matters.
Yeah. The eventually 3 o'clock rolls around, and did you want to send a message to Miranda, like you said.
Yeah, ask Corvus, send a message to Miranda and ask her if she's figured out the code yet. Corvus?
Yes.
Send Miranda a message, ask if she's figured the code out yet.
All right. Sending her the message now. Did you decode the code, Miranda?
Is that all that your message is?
I wave my hand. Like, all right. I send the message there.
All right. After a bit, you hear a response. Still haven't figured out what it is, but I did settle a score with Chardonnay's two henchmen, a personal score. I know it's not gonna do much, but it felt satisfying.
Good enough.
Great to hear. Great to hear.
I like that you made a pixelated. I like that you made a pixelated version of the text.
Yeah.
Alright. Eventually your long rest comes to an end, and let's see, it was around 10 or so that you got the rest, which means 8 hours later it would be 5. It's around 5. Uh, 5 o'clock rolls around and you can see the sun is setting. Or, not setting yet, but it's... No, yeah, it'd be setting. So, what do you do with the last 7 hours of this cycle?
Miranda said she didn't figure anything out yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Y'all got any ideas?
Got a long rest, right?
If we can interrupt the, can we
Fear
interrupt the
affect
ritual?
automatons? Or, would fear affect constructs?
I don't think so. I think constructs have immunity to fear.
Okay.
Most constructs are labeled as having immunity to fear. It's kind of just a general trait.
I'm gonna double
Let me just
check.
Like, pick spells. That would probably be good.
Yes, they have immunity to charm, exhaustion, frighten, paralyze, petrify, and poison.
Mm.
So things that affect organic stuff, they are more or less immune to.
Ooh.
Well, I can do stone shape now.
Neat.
What time is it now?
It's 5. It's around 5, give or take a few minutes.
Okay.
If we can't figure out the code, Katya could try to dimension door behind the door. And, like, open it from the other side, or just see what's there, even.
Okay.
That could work.
I was curious about something.
What's up?
Well, it wouldn't be like a permanent solution, but when the Tarask thing, I could try and banish it temporarily.
That could work.
It'd only buy us like a minute if it's from our plane of existence, if it's from here. But I don't really know what they're... Yeah, I don't really know too much about them, so I don't know.
Worth a shot.
I'm gonna go ahead and do death ward on myself again.
All right.
So this would make me save until like 1 a.m. or so. Because it lasts 8 hours.
Yeah. Yes. It lasts until 1 a.m. if you could survive to 1 a.m.
Yeah. It'll buy me time.
It'll
It'll buy you a bit of time.
It'll at least buy you enough time for the second death beam.
It'll buy me like 1 round.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing with banishment though is that I have to be within 60 feet of it, and that's pretty close. So
Yeah, worth a shot.
Considering how big it is, honestly, this room would probably be within 60 feet of it. If this hotel didn't fall into the hole it makes. Or get crushed by rubble. Alright,
I have to be able to see it.
Oh, you'll definitely be able to see it. Alright, so, you got 7 hours until midnight. Anything else y'all want to do? Anyone you want to talk to? Anything you want to prepare?
Yeah.
I mean, before midnight we could help Miranda with trying to figure out the code.
True.
Yeah, at the very least,
heard-
it could rule something out, and we could just
Yeah.
make note.
And Katya could try the dimension door idea.
Alright.
And we have time.
Alright.
All right, we'll try that out, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
Should I-
as you head out, Miranda is currently eating a dinner in one of the inn's booths.
Hey, Miranda, any luck with anything?
No, not really.
Well, I've got an idea. I'm going to try and dimension door across. So maybe we can sort of bypass that lock altogether.
Alright, well, that's pretty risky if you don't know what's on the other side, but be my
Well-
guess.
We're in a loop. We'll have more chances.
Yeah.
Want to come along?
Yeah. I was just gonna stop by and grab a cupcake for dessert. And then I can head out.
Sounds good. Хорошо.
Alright.
All right.
Y'all want anything from the bakery? I'll buy.
I could go for a donut.
Alright. We'll see what they got. It's kind of late in the day, so they probably don't have the best selection. And she's,
I'll just take a regular glazed. It's fine.
Alright. She's mostly preparing, sweets for midnight, through tomorrow. It's, cookies for the solstice celebration and all that, so... Alright. She's gonna start walking to the bakery and humming to herself.
Now, all right, Katya.
That.
Don't forget, you've got a message earring. So, if you do end up plummeting, let us know.
I'll let you know whatever I find on the other side.
Good, good.
Alright.
All right. And in gameplay, I've posted a cipher for a little pixel cipher.
I like that.
Including the digits.
Yep.
I went for a 5x5 grid. Probably could have gone for like a 5x7.
I think 8x8...
More aesthetically pleasing, but...
I think 8x8 would probably be... Alright. So,
Put in
even
the effort, I could figure out how to make a segmented display for this. Digital display.
Yeah. Alright, eventually Miranda comes back with a glazed donut and a cupcake. Here you go.
Alright. And Levere
Here's-
consumes donut.
Yeah. She starts eating her cupcake and says, "Man, I've never seen her this depressed. I've never actually come out and stopped her by her this late."
Yeah, what's going on in there?
Well, she's just worried about Brooke and Z because they haven't picked up their cakes yet.
Right.
Because obvious reasons.
Obvious reasons. Zeke has probably been killed by his creation or robots.
Yeah. And if not, then he'll be killed by us.
Probably.
Or kicks on this whole fiasco.
Putting
What an
Cogston. It's been what, 30 years about since Cogston fell?
No, it's been, I need to do math in my head. It's been 20 years.
Give or take.
Well, I mean, 20 is very different from 30.
Yeah, but on a scale to like 100, not much.
Well, I guess that's... Well, no, that's like 10%. That's a sizable portion.
20
Look,
years
I'm not-
can be a pretty
I'm
long
not the
time.
best. I'm not the best with spans of time. Why do you think I have a watch?
That's fair. We do make it out. I kind of want to steal those cakes if we do make it past midnight, because they actually look pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let me save this.
Alright. So, y'all are heading to the... Y'all are heading to the clock tower?
Yeah.
Alright. It seems like the dead carpenter has been like cleaned up and moved, and the rest are like sadly continuing their work without a member. And you just slip on into the clock tower.
Yay.
Alright. So, You are currently in the clock tower, standing right over where the metal, the metal under the stone is that you know about. So, Katya, you're going to Dimension Door?
Yeah.
Alright. Give me direction and distance of how far you're Dimension Dooring. You are currently
Okay.
standing directly over where the metal was exposed in the previous cycle.
Okay. And like, so it's a downward door, right?
Yeah, it's a hatch.
Okay. Let's start with. I think like 5 feet straight down, because her initial idea is to wind up on the other side of the door and see if she can open it from the inside.
Okay. Alright, 5 feet straight down?
Yeah.
Alright. And that is 5 feet from your head or 5 feet from your feet?
From her head, I guess.
Like 5 feet from her head to the hatch.
Or no, 5 feet from her feet. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
How tall is Katya?
Yeah.
Katya's 4 feet tall.
Okay, 4 feet.
Okay, 5 feet
That's
down
actually...
is
yeah, okay.
reasonable.
Alright, and where on the exposed area are you standing?
Right on top of the hatch where we remember it being.
Alright, so right at the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I need to do math in my head.
Okay.
Opens... Let's see, it opens like... Okay. You said you're 4 feet tall?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, as you begin to focus, the, I need to go, alright. What is the... Alright. As you begin to focus and you start to, vanish into the... Are you taking anyone with you, or just going by yourself?
She's just going by herself.
Okay. As you start to,
No need to risk any of the others.
as you start to focus on casting the spell, you suddenly feel a deep pain in your upper torso to your head, as you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and you appear right back where you were standing.
Not deep enough.
Can I get... Okay.
Try 10 feet.
Yeah.
If you have another spell slot for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one more.
Alright.
Alright. Let's go 20 feet straight down this time.
20 feet?
Yeah.
Alright. As you go down, you focus and close your eyes. And everyone else, you just see her in a green flash just poof, disappear. Katya, when you open your eyes, you feel the wind rushing past you, and realize very quickly that you are currently falling. Looking up, you can see that there is an elevator above you, quickly falling down, and you can see a sort of a very small staircase going down. You can see that, doing math in your head, you probably ended up like 2 feet into the ceiling where the hatch, 2 feet into the hatch or so, with your initial one. But that doesn't matter now, because you are currently falling down an elevator shaft. It is, what's your dark sight? Dark vision? That's 60 feet, right?
Yeah.
Alright. It is farther than your dark vision. However, after about 100 or so feet,
Yeah.
it sort of
Also-
opens up and you can see light. And what you see is actually no, after 100 or so feet, no, 200 feet. Sorry, I have to do a lot of math in my head for this. You are...
Hope you've got Featherfall.
Yeah. Kat
You-
is gonna cast Featherfall.
Alright, that's probably a
It's
good
fine.
idea.
Yeah.
You see, falling... how long does Featherfall last?
Let me see.
And is it 10 feet around?
Until you land, essentially.
Yeah.
But it lasts
You fall at 60 feet around.
60 feet around for how long?
A minute.
A
Yeah,
minute.
A minute.
Okay. I have to do a lot of math in my head. Okay. Alright, you've already fallen 200 feet. Okay. What you see is a massive chamber with the floor has been plated with or tiled with large smooth stone tiles, about 5 feet in about 5 by 5 feet. And what you can see, like, as you're slowly falling, there are piles of robot parts, or automaton parts. There's a door to in the distance, in a wall that has been carved smooth and at an angle to accommodate the room. In the distance, you can see there is a catwalk that leads into a very heavily secured door, like a bulkhead. But the most striking feature is a massive 50-foot in diameter tank, about 100 feet, or not 100, 50 feet tall. The chamber itself is about 400 feet tall, but you can see 3 kind of tubes connected to machines feeding into it, and one fourth machine that has something glowing purple. The tank itself is covered in a green fluid, and you can see a massive silhouette about 30 feet tall, or about 33 feet big, curled up and covered in spikes, and you can see wings hugging it. There is a grinder close to the bottom of the elevator shaft that is currently turned off, but you can see, like, there's glimmers of some kind of reflective dust in the output of it. And you see 2 figures that are not automatons. 2 humans. One of them is Sheriff Brooke, whose leg has been bandaged up and put in a brace, and he is in a chair restrained. And the other, you can see a meek-looking human with short, sort of reddish-brown hair, who is currently sitting in a chair. One of his legs has a brace on it, though not a splint though, like Brooke has, but a brace. And he seems to be talking. You can't hear, but he grabs a cane and gets up and starts hobbling over to check on one of the devices that the vat has. That is one of the tubes that's feeding into the giant tank.
Katya is going to sneak closer and observe.
First, roll acrobatics to see if you make a sound when you land.
Okay.
Because you are
Superhero
currently
landing.
well, it'd be a ninja landing if it's successful.
15.
Like a cat, you land on all fours very quietly.
Yeah.
So cats always do land on their feet.
Well, you don't see this.
You'd think.
I don't see
Listen,
shit.
you'd think Tabaxis would have some sort
Meow,
of racial
meow,
feat
baby.
with fall damage or something, but they don't.
Ironically,
They should have like
the rabbit
advantage.
people have advantage in moving forward, like jumping over stuff. And,
Personally, I think that that Tabaxis should have advantage on acrobatics when falling to avoid
Yeah.
fall damage. I think that's what it should be.
You'd think. Now, question.
What?
Before we start getting to sneaking and such, does anybody have to go to the bathroom?
You know, I do.
All right, then I am
I think
going.
that would be a good time for a bathroom break.
I am going
I
to
agree.
pause it. Bathroom break done. So when we last left off, Katya, you were going to sneaky sneak.
Yeah, sneaky sneak.
You are about
And
600
now,
feet
back to the
under.
show.
Pity, please. You are currently 600 feet under the clock tower,
Yeah,
and the ceiling of this cavern is about 400 feet high.
damn. And like I
alright.
fell down an elevator shaft, but there was also stairs, right?
There were stairs that seemed to lead from the hatch to the elevator
Oh,
shaft.
right.
However, because the hatch was closed, it seems like when you tried to dimension door onto the stairs, your like
Mhm.
upper torso was like clipping into the hatch due to how thick it is, and that's why the spell failed initially.
Okay. But since
Yeah.
we're here, let's do some sneakity sneaks.
All right, go ahead and
Hey,
roll stealth.
27.
Hell yeah. You managed to sneak. You managed to like hug the wall, dart into the shadows. The place is not the most well lit, but the place isn't the most well lit. But it is. Most of the lights coming from the vat and the mass or the bright purple glow. But as you start to sneak around the wall, you start to hear music playing. And you see that there is an automaton playing a piano in that was obscured by the vat from where you landed. And you can see, as you start to get closer, you can hear the voices of the two humans. And you hear the scrawny one with the cane saying, imagine it. A place, a world with no wars, because no one's gonna dare start anything with this thing. Alright? The best weapon is the one you don't even have to fire. No one's gonna mess with anything. Not while they know this thing can hit them. And Brooke is like, damn it, Zeke, it's such a goddamn idiot. That's only gonna make things worse. Alright? It's not gonna be a deterrent, it's gonna be, it's gonna start an arms race for others to create their own things, alright? It's like, no, no one will be able to make it. I am the only one who knows how to do all this. Alright? It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? And their conversation seems to continue on in similar fashion. They're basically arguing the ethics of whether or not a super weapon should exist as a deterrent.
Yeah, we all know how that turns out.
I mean, they don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, us as players know that
Yeah.
making weapons of mass destruction just makes more chaos.
Yeah, makes more people make more weapons of mass destruction.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
All right.
as you're sneaking and hugging the shadows while they're distracted, what do you do?
I guess I'll examine the vat and the machines.
It'll have to be a perception check because you
Yeah.
are hugging the wall and they are
Mhm.
right next to the machine.
Yeah. Oof. 10.
It's a big vat with a giant monster in it.
Olivier's gonna
Sound
tap
right.
his earring. Catcha, are you alive?
Can you
I'm alive.
wait, hold on, what's the range on that?
It has a range of, I believe, 500 feet.
Yeah, out of range. 600 feet down. You get no response.
Yeah.
All I heard. Well, okay, I probably got the verbal component of feather.
Yeah, because that was about 200 feet. She had fallen 200 feet when
Yeah.
she
yeah.
did that.
I'll say that Katya reported, "Hey, I'm falling. We won't be able to talk. I got feather fall."
Probably be
and
like,
then-
"Hey, I'm falling!" Well, actually, no. You probably, if you screamed it, then that would probably would
That
have
would have
worked.
tipped them off.
Yes, you
Yeah,
probably had to
no.
like whisper.
Probably like falling, and then verbal component of feather fall.
Yeah.
Whisper scream.
Because
Falling.
it has verbal and material, but she has
Yeah.
stuff, so it's just verbal component.
What? Do you think the verbal component for Featherfall is the same for everyone or different for different people?
I think that is
Oh,
different.
Katya's spells are in Russian.
Yeah.
Because there is exactly one canonical moment where someone uses Featherfall in a book, and it was Bahamut disguised as a person.
That was in Dragonlance, right?
If I hear magic mumbo jumbo being said after the word falling, I can only assume that it's featherfall.
Well,
What's falling in Russian?
Oop. I don't know like the present tense, but like the past tense is upal. So like,
yeah.
не упадай.
So yeah.
Упадай мягкие, fall softly is like the best of my ability to say it. I don't know what feather is at the moment.
You heard Katya whisper something in her native tongue, and whether or not you know that's featherfall is up to you.
Ajna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ajna.
Не опадай.
But yeah.
Ajna.
All right.
Okay, the
Thanks,
right.
Google Translate.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So what do? You're currently hugging the wall, and you see the figure you now know to be Zeke, the Zeke that everyone's been talking about, the most beloved person in town due to being able to automate the mines.
Automate the mines, and probably being the town handyman.
Yeah,
Yep.
and giving. Yeah.
Is there like a desk
Uh,
anywhere?
there is a door on the other side of the room that has a foggy that has a fog glass window on it that says office.
All right. Katya's gonna try and slip into the office.
All right, roll stealth to get to the door.
17.
17.
Yes.
All right.
I will say, it'll probably be harder to hear any footsteps over the piano.
Yeah. The piano does actually affect the stealth DC. Well, Zeke knows that he was gonna be down here for a long time, so he made
It's
sure that,
entertainment.
yeah, he had a piano and a robot that can play it brought down here. But you do manage to get your way to the office. It is unlocked.
Yeet. Katya goes in.
All right. Inside there are bookshelves. There are tools on other shelves, and there are a very neatly organized nuts, bolts, screws, springs, cogs. It's just like his spare parts cabinet in his basement, but larger and just as organized. And there is a desk that... Oh, excuse me. There is a desk that does have a half-eaten cake.
So there's books. Do any of the books look like journals or like notes he'd have or be keeping?
Roll investigation.
Okay. $20.
20. Alright. They mostly seem to be notes about, or they mostly seem to be books on history and monstrous biology and the like. You do find one that is a book detailing how steam powered devices work. Though that one has like several scribbles that describe ways to make it more efficient using clockwork powered devices. But you do find one that a small note on a piece of paper that had a strip of light adhesive falls on that says, remember, that says, don't forget, pick up cake at noon. Pick up better cake at noon. And looking at the cake that's on his desk, it's not well presented. It's probably one that's not made by a professional baker.
Yeah, definitely not from the bakery we passed by.
Yeah, no, this one's most likely homemade. At first it looks like maybe he was trying to go for like a white chocolate white marble, but then you realize he was actually just trying to make a layered cake and didn't realize you have to actually bake the layers separately.
Well, monstrous biology books sound useful.
All right. There are a lot of notes on the Tarask. It details. It's got more of those small adhesive papers to mark tabs. Basically, fantasy sticky notes. But the Tarask page notes several properties. It's got a really good. Pretty much all of its parts can be used for very powerful magic. Its stomach acid can destroy magic itself. Its carapace can reflect spells. And it seems like it's definitely something that could mess with spellcasters a lot. And also is very difficult to actually fight if it's awake. The last known Tarask sighting was long ago, and it was defeated. It was defeated, and a very powerful spell was used to keep it dead.
So they tend to not stay dead.
Correct.
Boy, the odds sure do suck.
Yeah.
Alright, so stopping this thing from waking up at all is definitely our best bet, seems like.
Yeah.
What else useful can I do? I sure wish my brain cells were working. Alright, so. Very powerful. Can I do another perception to see if I can find out anything like that might be in the room to like that talks about the vats or the machines at all?
It'd be investigation.
Okay. Natural 1 plus 5.
Hell yeah. You do find, searching in, you do find another sticky note that had fallen off the desk that says, don't forget to send Automaton to pick up journal.
Ooh. Would that be the journal we found already?
Maybe.
Probably.
You don't know.
Yeah.
It could be. But it's...
Alright.
What you gather mostly is that he tends to keep his reminders in sticky note form, but also tends to lose those sticky notes.
Ain't that just the ADHD way?
Exactly. I can't put sticky notes on my monitor because they become part of my monitor.
Yeah, I have sticky notes on my door to like remind myself of like my keys and my mask and to make sure my window's closed, and like they just blend in. Sometimes I notice them, but like, man, it's tough because like you have to change up your organization every couple
You should
months
get-
because everything
You should get
becomes
some
more-
sparkly washi tape and put it around the edges of the note.
Yeah.
I don't think that would help me because, like I said, it would just become part of the monitor.
Yeah.
But the sparkly will catch your eye.
You have no idea the depths of things my brain can ignore. There are copper tweezers on my desk right now that have been sitting there for months that shimmer in the glow of my monitor light that I only just remembered because you were mentioning sparkly stuff.
Alright, anyway, so I think the journal we have is probably more clues, because where else would Zeke leave his stuff?
Yes. You remember from the journal that this vat is basically there to let the divination flow into it. It's what the it is the centralized alteration to the flow of time, according to the journal.
Okay.
Localized entirely in this vat.
Okay, hold on. Let me read the spell description and make sure this is the right thing to cast. Okay, I thought I could maybe cast Shatter to try and break the vat, but like it doesn't work.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, I don't. Based on the spell description, I don't think that's what I'm looking for.
No, Shatter does damage. I'm gonna double check. I'm pretty sure Shatter can damage like glass and shit.
Yeah.
A non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes the damage if it's in the spell area.
Yeah.
The vat might count as magic.
You don't know, but you can certainly try.
Yeah.
It has a casting range of 60 feet.
I'm thinking.
You could try casting it at your highest slot, and
Yeah.
maybe that could work. Deal
That
more
is true.
damage.
Yeah. Alright.
We're level 9. What's your highest slot? 3 or 4? 5.
Yeah.
That would be 5d8.
It also
damage.
damages constructs, I think.
It
Yeah.
does, and that creatures
Yeah.
of inorganic material have disadvantage on saving.
So it's definitely a useful spell to have in this arc where constructs are a threat.
Yeah. I like saw it.
You prepared it after the mines.
Yeah, I prepared it after the vines. Like I
It's
I
a
used it in the vines. I was like, oh, we're going to need this. I'm gonna make sure I have the spell from now on.
oh
'Cause
yeah.
we might be fighting those constructs again.
Yep, depending on how you go about it.
Yeah. Let's see. Spell. Yeah, I ain't got any better ideas. We're gonna reset later. Might as well try whatever I can. So this is probably silly, but like Katya's gonna like just poke the door open. Well, is the office door close enough to the vat? Within 60 feet of the vat?
Let me double check the map. Let's see. I need to actually count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, it's about 50 feet away from the vat.
Alright, so Katya's just gonna like pop the door open ever so slightly and cast Shatter. She's gonna attempt to stay unnoticed. Probably is going to be noticed. But
Well,
I'm
the good
gonna
thing
to
is
cast
that the sound from Shattered comes from the point of the spell.
Yeah.
All right, roll damage. It's a vat. It can't make a saving throw.
Yeah. 37.
37. So, suddenly, the sound of just a rings through the cavern, and you see some small cracks form. The piano stops playing as the room shakes from the spell. Those small cracks on the vat then grow and spread, and it starts to leak that green fluid. And then you hear just Zeke just say, "What in the goddamn?" as it erupts and starts draining. And as it's draining, as the fluid is filling the room, and you see the adolescent Tarask begin to stir, and just breaks free from the vat. It's like, and you see its throat begin to glow a blue as it fires a beam of plasma reactively through the chamber, causing rubble to fall from the ceiling. It you see Zeke going like, no, 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 as the beam just sweeps over him and Brooke. And it takes a few steps, stumbling on out of the vat, stepping on one of the devices, still firing its beam wildly. One just narrowly passing the door. You can see that it has. You hear as as parts of the office's roof collapses as the room was just cleaved by the beam. And as this beam goes wild, one of the stray beams hits the purple glowing scepter, and you witness as it shatters, and the whole world stands still as you can see reality around it beginning to crack and fall away as you see lights, thousands of lights. These are beyond your comprehension. It's hard to look at as you see reality itself. Suddenly, all of that glass, all of the shards of that crystal just start to get back into place. The scepter reforms itself. The beams go in reverse. The Tarask begins to walk backwards, uncrushing the thing. Its rampage going back into the vat as it begins to. The water flows up into it. Zeke says something, but it's in reverse as the cracks in the vat begin to close, and you feel your body moving backwards faster and faster, rewinding this entire cycle until you finally get control of your body in the wall of Cogston. You see Levere is there shaking the hand of the merchant. Everyone else, y'all saw, from your perspective, you all saw Katya just disappear and then a few minutes later, you were just standing back here with no idea how this cycle ended. And I think
You didn't
that's
even
where
die?
you didn't die. It was just like instant.
shit.
You were just
Yeah, rewind.
you were just waiting for Katya, and then you were just suddenly here with Levere holding shaking the merchant's hand, and you hear those words, "I have the utmost faith in you." And that's where we're gonna end this session.
Not everybody.
I did things.
You did.
That was neat.
Well,
Good job.
you learned some
Congrats.
things.
Yeah.
You found out why the cycle happens.
Yeah. You
So if we
figured-
want to stop the time loop, all we have to do is steal the gemstone before the guy goes on a rampage.
Yep. So, tune in next week to
And then we can escape while everyone else dies.
Tune in next week to see.
Not next week, couple weeks.
Yeah, well, next week for System Wasteland, which is Chalkvy's
Yay!
thing.
I
Yeah.
get to run a game again.
Tune in 2 weeks to see, in theory, what could be the last episode. Episode of this arc, maybe, depending on how things go. I mean, you
It
have.
could also be the last episode of this game.
Yeah, because even if we stop the loop, the creature still exists, and then we have to deal with it.
All we
anyway.
have to do is get in there early enough, nab the crystal because it's for me to touch, kick Zeke's ass, and
Convince
just
him not to
make
let
sure-
it go open to activate it. And then I mean it's not like we can abort the Tarask now though.
well, maybe it depends on how big it is once we get down there.
Yeah.
All right,
Now
so.
When we
I
get
know
there in the
what it
morning.
is.
Yep,
What do you think it is? It's like one of those little sponge things that grows the entire time, like real quick.
Basically, that's kind of what it's doing.
There's there's other stuff on the channel you can watch, like Mario RPG for the Switch being played by my boyfriend Scraps. I am playing Symphony of the Night again with him. There is also
I'm playing Night in the Woods.
you are.
Join us on Fridays for that.
Yep, that's Poss
I need
Posse.
to get the
the
episode uploaded.
Oof.
Whenever I hear Night of the Woods, I just think of the song from Into the Woods.
Yeah,
Too
I
bad.
do too. So there is finally Tabletop Thursdays where Biddy, Chalkby, and I play Tabletop Simulator. We've been doing Red Dragon Inn lately.
I love Red
Yep.
Dragon Inn.
It is so fun.
So fun.
All right, so
It's very fun. I'd like to play it as a drinking game.
yeah,
I do want to play it as a drinking game.
common challenge of the day. Favorite kind of donut?
Croissant donut.
That's fair.
Liefeld.
Wait, I think we've done favorite donut already.
Fuck!
Yeah, I think we can
Damn it! Yeah, we
Chocolate
did.
cake.
Yeah, you know what?
We
Favorite
have done it
Oh,
before.
you know,
Favorite cake.
it was
Yeah,
good.
session 78. What's your favorite pastry?
Okay. Favorite cake.
Red velvet.
Damn, that's good.
Chocolate.
I like funfetti.
I like
Which,
Isn't
to
that
be
a
fair,
frosting?
funfetti is cake that has sprinkles in it. But to be fair,
I like layered cakes that are like Neapolitan. You know, one layer chocolate,
Oh,
one vanilla, one strawberry.
I
no.
don't like strawberry in most things.
Skill issue.
Isn't-
It's hard to get a strawberry cake that effectively tastes like strawberries.
Well, yeah, but you
It's
don't.
hard to get
you-
strawberry ice cream that tastes like
Angel
strawberries.
food
It tastes
cake.
like
I tried
it
to
tastes
make-
weird.
Angel food's pretty good.
Yeah.
What my family likes to do is we get those little those little cups of angel food.
Oh,
Fill it with whipped cream, put a strawberry in it.
yeah.
What was mine again?
Yours was red velvet.
Yeah.
I changed my
Red velvet.
answer. Strawberry shortcake.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
They're
You
really
just
good.
want to be a shortcake.
That's do you?
No, she wants to be a short stack. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I like
Pancakes
corn.
instead of cake. Got it.
Well, pancakes count as cakes.
Well, they're better
I
than
mean,
most
it does have
cakes.
cake in its name.
And it's made of a batter.
Cupcake.
They taste better than most cakes.
Anyway, with that out of the way, there's no left to say, but good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Uh,
Buenas noches.